Have you heard of a queen who fought like a lioness? Her courage and determination were unmatched. Her name was Rani Lakshmibai. Born as Manikarnika in 1828, she was later known as the Queen of Jhansi. She was the Queen of Jhansi, a princely state in northern India. Jhansi was a small but strategically important kingdom. The Rani was brave and strong. From a young age, she was trained in martial arts, horsemanship, and archery. She fought against the British. In 1857, the Indian rebellion broke out, and Rani Lakshmibai became one of its leading figures. They wanted to take her kingdom. The British East India Company had a policy of annexing Indian states, and Jhansi was on their list. The Rani is a hero to many people. Her leadership and valor in the face of overwhelming odds have made her a symbol of resistance. She inspires us to be brave. Her famous words, "I shall not surrender my Jhansi," continue to resonate with people today. She teaches us to fight for what is right. Rani Lakshmibai's legacy is not just about her battles, but also about her unwavering commitment to justice and freedom. As a child, Manikarnika, affectionately called Manu, showed signs of her future greatness. She was not like other girls of her time. She was fearless and adventurous. At the age of 14, she was married to the Maharaja of Jhansi, Raja Gangadhar Rao. After her marriage, she was given the name Lakshmibai. The couple adopted a son, Damodar Rao, but their happiness was short-lived. The Maharaja passed away, leaving Rani Lakshmibai to rule Jhansi. The British, under the Doctrine of Lapse, refused to recognize her adopted son as the heir and decided to annex Jhansi. Refusing to accept this injustice, Rani Lakshmibai prepared for battle. She rallied her troops and fortified the city. The Siege of Jhansi was fierce. Rani Lakshmibai, dressed in warrior attire, led her army with unparalleled bravery. When it became clear that Jhansi would fall, she made a daring escape with her son tied to her back, continuing the fight from Gwalior. In the final battle, she fought valiantly, but was ultimately martyred. Her death marked a significant moment in the Indian struggle for independence. Today, Jhansi stands as a testament to her courage. Monuments and memorials in her honor remind us of her sacrifice. Rani Lakshmibai's legacy lives on, inspiring countless women to stand up for their rights and fight against oppression. Her story is taught in schools, ensuring that future generations remember the brave queen who fought for her people. Through art, literature, and cinema, her tale of heroism continues to be celebrated and retold. Rani Lakshmibai's life is a powerful reminder that one person's courage can inspire a nation. Her spirit of resistance and justice remains a guiding light for all. As the sun sets over Jhansi, we remember the brave queen who fought like a lioness and left an indelible mark on history. Rani Lakshmibai was born in Varanasi. Her birth name was Manikarnika. She was a happy and active child. People called her Manu. Manu loved to play with swords and horses. She learned to ride horses and fight. Manu was a fast learner. She was also very brave. Everyone loved Manu. Manu grew up in a small village, surrounded by the rich culture and traditions of India. From a young age, she was known for her intelligence, bravery, and compassion. As she blossomed into a young woman, her beauty and grace became evident to all who knew her. It was during this time that her life took a significant turn. She got married in a grand traditional ceremony, adorned in royal attire, symbolizing her new status and responsibilities. Her husband was the Maharaja of Jhansi, a man of great honor and respect. The Maharaja was not just a ruler, but a guardian of his people, known for his wisdom and fairness. He was deeply loved by his subjects, and his reign was marked by peace and prosperity. The union of Manu and the Maharaja was seen as a perfect match, bringing together two souls dedicated to the welfare of their kingdom. His name was Gangadhar Rao. Maharaja Gangadhar Rao was a visionary leader, always looking for ways to improve the lives of his people. He was a patron of the arts and culture, and under his rule, Jhansi flourished. His marriage to Manu was not just a personal union, but a strategic alliance that strengthened the kingdom. Together, they were a formidable pair, admired and respected by all. Now, Manu was the Rani of Jhansi. As the queen, she embraced her new role with grace and determination. She was not just a figurehead, but an active participant in the governance of the kingdom. Her wisdom and compassion endeared her to the people, and she quickly became a beloved figure in Jhansi. The Rani's presence brought a new sense of hope and optimism to the kingdom. She loved her people very much. The Rani was often seen interacting with her subjects, listening to their concerns, and finding ways to address their needs. She believed that a ruler's true strength lay in the happiness and well-being of their people. Her genuine care and concern for her subjects made her a revered and respected leader. The bond between the Rani and her people was strong and unbreakable. The Rani wanted the best for Jhansi. Sadly, the Maharaja died. The death of Maharaja Gangadhar Rao was a devastating blow to the kingdom. The entire region mourned the loss of their beloved ruler. The Rani was heartbroken, but she knew that she had to remain strong for her people. The responsibility of the kingdom now rested on her shoulders, and she was determined to honor her husband's legacy. The Rani was very sad. The grief of losing her husband was immense, but she found solace in the love and support of her people. She knew that she could not let her sorrow consume her. The Rani channeled her grief into a renewed sense of purpose, vowing to protect and serve her kingdom with even greater dedication. Her resilience in the face of adversity became an inspiration to all. She promised to protect Jhansi. The Rani took on the mantle of leadership with unwavering determination. She trained in the art of warfare, preparing herself to defend her kingdom against any threat. Her courage and strength were unmatched, and she became a symbol of hope and resistance. The Rani's promise to protect Jhansi was not just a vow, but a mission that she was ready to fulfill at any cost. She would be strong for her people. The Rani of Jhansi led her people with a fierce and unyielding spirit. She was not just a queen, but a warrior, ready to fight for the freedom and dignity of her kingdom. Her leadership inspired her subjects to stand with her, united in their resolve to protect Jhansi. The legacy of the Rani of Jhansi lives on as a testament to her bravery, strength, and unwavering commitment to her people. The British were in India. They arrived with the intention of expanding their empire and consolidating their power over the vast and diverse subcontinent. Their presence was marked by a series of strategic moves and policies aimed at gaining control over the numerous princely states that dotted the landscape of India. They wanted to rule all of India. The British East India Company, acting on behalf of the British Crown, sought to bring every region under their dominion. Their ambition was not just to trade, but to govern and exploit the resources and wealth of India. This required a systematic approach to subjugate the local rulers and integrate their territories into the British Empire. They had a plan called the Doctrine of Lapse. This policy was introduced by Lord Dalhousie, the Governor-General of India, in the mid-19th century. The Doctrine of Lapse was a controversial and cunning strategy that allowed the British to annex any princely state where the ruler did not have a direct male heir. It was a legal pretext to expand their control without engaging in open warfare. This plan was not fair. It was met with widespread resentment and opposition from the Indian rulers and their subjects. The Doctrine of Lapse disregarded the traditional rights of adoption that were prevalent among the Indian royalty. Many saw it as an unjust and arbitrary policy that undermined their sovereignty and autonomy. If a king had no son, the British would take his kingdom. This meant that many princely states, which had been independent for centuries, were now at risk of losing their autonomy. The British used this policy to annex several states, including Satara, Sambalpur, Jhansi, and Nagpur, among others. Each annexation was a blow to the pride and heritage of the Indian rulers. The Rani's kingdom was in danger. Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi, one of the most iconic figures in Indian history, found herself at the center of this policy. After the death of her husband, Maharaja Gangadhar Rao, the British refused to recognize her adopted son as the legitimate heir. This put her kingdom of Jhansi in jeopardy. The British said her kingdom was not hers. They declared that Jhansi would be annexed under the Doctrine of Lapse. Rani Lakshmibai's appeals and protests were ignored, and the British moved to take control of her kingdom. This decision was not just a political maneuver, but also a direct challenge to her authority and dignity. They wanted to take Jhansi. The annexation of Jhansi was part of a larger pattern of British expansionism. However, Rani Lakshmibai did not accept this fate passively. She became a symbol of resistance and courage, leading her people in a valiant fight against the British forces. Her defiance and bravery have left an indelible mark on the history of India's struggle for independence. Rani Lakshmibai said no. She would not let the British take Jhansi. The Rani was not afraid to fight. She started to prepare for war. She trained her soldiers. She gathered weapons. The Rani was a great leader. She inspired her people to be brave. The British attacked Jhansi. They thought it would be easy to win. They were wrong. The Rani and her soldiers fought back. The Rani fought with her sword. She rode her horse into battle. She was a fierce warrior. The British were surprised. They did not expect such bravery. The British were closing in. The Rani knew she had to escape. She had to save her son. He was just a baby. The Rani tied her son to her back. She jumped on her horse. She rode through the night. She escaped with her son. The Rani fought many battles. Her last battle was in Kotah-ki-Serai. She fought bravely until the end. The Rani died like a true warrior. She never gave up. She is remembered for her courage. Rani Lakshmibai is a hero in India. People remember her bravery. They tell stories about her. She is an inspiration to all. The Rani teaches us to be strong. She teaches us to fight for what we believe in. Rani Lakshmibai was a true hero. She was brave and strong. She fought for her people. She inspires us to be our best. We can all be brave like the Rani. What will you do to be brave? If you found her story inspiring, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. And for more incredible stories from history, hit the subscribe button below. Stay tuned to Crazy Color Facts for more journeys into the past.